What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with a new video. And in this video, I want to share with you that Diddy was allegedly seconds away from the end when a knife wielding inmate snuck into his jail cell and pressed the knife to his throat. Somebody almost got Diddy in jail. This is why they're trying to get him out. This is being reported by the Daily Mail. So we're going to get into what happened to Diddy, and we're going to get into an update on whether Trump is going to commute his sentence or not. But the Daily Mail is reporting a knife-wielding con man that close enough to Diddy to press a makeshift blade to his throat. The rapper's best friend has exclusively shared that information with the Daily Mail. Lifelong pal Charlucci Finney claims an inmate armed with a shiv snuck into Diddy's New York jail cell and could have red rum Diddy in his sleep. He said, quote, "He woke up with a knife to his throat." He revealed previously unreported details of the chilling close call inside the notoriously violent Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. That's where Diddy is located. He is in Brooklyn. His friend said, quote, "I don't know whether he fought him off or the guards came. I just know that it happened." So I'm curious, when we mention guards, I'm curious, like, they say the guy snuck into Diddy's jail cell, but like, how could that happen? It makes me wonder if the guards let him in the first place. Like, was it a conspiracy? Like, I just don't see how that could happen without help from the guards. Finney, who has known Diddy for more than 3 decades, believes that the brush with unaliving was a warning rather than a genuine red rum attempt. He said, quote, "If this guy had wanted to harm him, Sean would have been harmed. It would only take a second to unalive him with the weapon." It was probably a way to say, next time you ain't going to be so lucky. Everything is intimidation, but with Sean, it won't work. Sean is from Harlem. And tell me, what is that supposed to mean? Does that mean you're invincible if you're from a certain location? And because to me, it doesn't mean much at all where you're from. If you're in a situation like that, it's only 2 ways to get out of it. And neither one of those ways have to do with where you're from. The Daily Mail goes on to report that defense attorney Brian Steele told the court that in one instance in that same jail, an inmate wielding a shiv, which is a makeshift knife or razor, was stopped by a guard. Now, this time they weren't, but in the past, they say they were stopped by a guard and the culprit was trying to earn prestige by hurting Diddy. And so Diddy's lawyers want him to serve the remainder of his 50-month sentence at the much safer and cushier FCI Fort Dix in Hanover Township, New Jersey. They're trying to get him moved. So they've written to the judge urging him to recommend that particular facility in New Jersey to the Federal Bureau of Prisons so that Diddy can attend a drug rehab program there and enjoy better access to his family. And they say his friend is suffering from sleepless nights, worrying that his famous friend, Diddy, a father of 7, will be targeted by clout-chasing inmates. He says Sean has kept a lot of this stuff to himself because he doesn't want to worry his family. But if you're in jail and you've been charged with anything actual, it's not a good place to be. That's what his friend said, because his friend knows what's going on. Now, speaking of being charged with anything actual and knives and shivs and things like that, Diddy should be familiar because according to reports, there are allegations that Diddy has done the same thing to other people. Us Weekly reports, woman claims Diddy threatened her with a blade, I'll just say, and used drug-infused baby oil before an alleged assault. So her attorney said, quote, "My client was SA'd by Diddy, his bodyguard, and a friend who invited my client to his home to set up this whole situation. The details are graphic in nature, and the complaint lays out all the details in the graphic and deplorable way my client was victimized." And the attorney alleged that Diddy threatened her client with a knife. This is what I'm talking about, with a knife, and told her to undress herself. This was according to the woman's recount of the alleged event. So like I said, when it comes to someone being held at knife point, this is not something that Diddy is not familiar with. Not saying he deserved it, but it is to say that he allegedly has done the same thing to other people. And while we're talking about Diddy, I also want to give an update on the rumor that Trump is considering commuting his sentence. The Jasmine Brand is reporting that Trump allegedly backed away from the Diddy pardon amid fears of catastrophic backlash. Now, it's not a pardon that we're talking about at this point. We're talking about a commutation. But they say the Diddy and Trump saga continues. According to an exclusive report by Deadline, Donald Trump reportedly backed away from the idea of pardoning Diddy amid warnings that his base could revolt. But they say a senior White House insider described the potential reaction from supporters as catastrophic, saying it could mirror outrage from earlier controversies surrounding the Jeffrey E. case. Now, as far as TMZ, they're still standing by what they said. They are doubling down after they made the report regarding Trump considering commuting Diddy's sentence. They stood by it. In an update, they put the White House Communications Office is saying our story is not true. We stand by our story. Our story is accurate. That's the last thing they said about it. So somebody in the White House is saying one thing and somebody else is saying another. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the whole mess, especially the allegations from Diddy's own friend that Diddy was held at Knifepoint. Leave a comment, share your thoughts about that. As always, thanks for watching. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlists and my podcasts, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.